want to take you to the Western Cape. That's where Higher Education Minister Nobuhle Nkabane is hosting a post-budget breakfast. This is important because yesterday she had quite the time in Parliament after presenting her spending plans. She's now taken to the podium at this event. Let's listen in.
The DDG responsible for CETs, Ms. Tembisa Fuchane, the national chairperson of SAGPO, my brother Chris Ndlela, the chairperson of the National Student Financial Aid Scheme Board, Dr. Karen Standa. There is a representative again that represents SAUS. The Secretary General of SAUS is a member of NSFAS board representing young people of South Africa students. The one who spoke here to say he's one of the beneficiaries of NSF is representing students in that board. You also have a representative, however, I'm not sure whether he's present here today, of SAFETA. Students of South Africa are represented in the NSFAS board. The chairperson of the CET Principals Forum, I'm told we have a number of CEOs present here today of SETAs that is responsible for the skills revolution in the country, the wholesale and retail, FPM SETA, Agri-SETA, CAT SETA, Construction SETA, Health and Welfare, MQA, P-SETA, SASETA, Services SETA, TITA, ETDP, and MIC SETA. You can all stand up and just raise your hands and wave so that they can know you. The host of this event, the acting CEO of the National Skills Fund, Ms. Melissa Era, the senior management of the Department of Higher Education and Training, the National Skills Fund senior management, as well as NSFAS senior management. The leadership of SAUS, as led by the Secretary General. Remember, I said he's also a member of the NSFAS board. He's here now, I see him. The President, as well as the Secretary General of SAFETA, are also here. The Northlink TVET College Principal and other TVET College Principals present here today. The members of the Portfolio Committee on Higher Education and Training is led by I'm not sure whether they are here because we invited them to form part of the G20 education group session that is taking place in KwaZulu-Natal. It started yesterday. I'm not sure whether they managed to come back to Cape Town. The members of the media present here today, our special guests and the NSF beneficiaries as well as students present here today. I just want to greet you by saying the following. Forward with the skills revolution, forward. Forward. It's cool to be an artisan of the 21st century, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool to be a young academic, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool to be a young researcher, it's cool. It's cool. Forward with education, forward. Forward. You are the future. No one can stop us. No one can stop you. We are the future. Thank you so much, thank you so much, thank you so much. I've forgotten to also acknowledge the very important people that are part of this occasion today. The Orbit TVET College soccer team, which has been promoted to PSL. All of you stand up and just greet them. Thank you so much. DG Zungu, I think it's very important that we must organize a dinner to celebrate this milestone. Every milestone deserves to be celebrated. So what they've done, we need to be proud of as a TVET sector and as the post-school education and training. But in that program, we must extend invitation to the Honorable Minister Gayton Mackenzie to be part of the celebration. I also want to acknowledge the presence of our revolutionaries. People, they get confused when I refer to some of the people as revolutionaries, in particular those who are not in a political space. You know why do I refer to them? It's because each and every concept can be interpreted in various ways. It depends on the context. We have 4 revolutionaries who spoke to us today. Ms. Asanda Hlamandana, Ashley Annie, Victoria Panama, Dr. Daniel Kibinge, and my little sister here, Acacia. You know why they are revolutionaries? When you look at the broader definition of a revolutionary, it doesn't say you are a politician who is advocating for a political discourse. It merely says you are an individual or a cohort who is advocating for a political discourse, or who is challenging the status quo, who is saying enough is enough, who is saying I'm fighting to make sure that I make a change in the society, and also I want to make a change in my entire life. These people, they've decided to challenge the status quo. Remember previously, post-1994, in particular black people, we did not have access, in particular to post-school education and training. So they said to themselves, they are going to navigate this space, they are going to make sure that they access these opportunities. They want to be academics, they want to be artisans of the 21st century. That's why today I recognize them as revolutionaries. A round of applause for them. I must first start by indicating my happiness and appreciation of this occasion, Ms. Era, the status who contributed in ensuring that this program becomes a success, and in particular the beneficiaries. Occasions of this nature are important to us because they afford us an opportunity not only to celebrate the fruits of our labor and democracy, but also to account to the nation on how their tax monies are spent, because accountability is very important. President Nelson Mandela once said, by investing in young people, we are in essence investing in the future and prosperity of our nation. To the beneficiaries of the National Skills Fund, your presence here is important to us. We are here to honor your commitment to education and skills, and we are positive that out of this, more young people will be motivated to grab opportunities made available by government to change not only their lives, but the situation in their families, and also to address the socio-economic challenges that the country is currently facing. Looking at the profiles of the revolutionaries that I make reference to today, you can see that some of the challenges that we are facing, in particular the climate change, in particular the issues of education, hence we are saying we need to redesign, rethink, and re-engineer our education system in the country. And also the issue around artisans, whereas when you see a young woman artisan, it's very impressive. Looking at the chemistry, one is having honors, BSc honors in chemistry, and our good doctor here, young doctor, masters in water resources and PhD in earth sciences, and our little sister here, Acacia, around civil and soft skills. You know, these skills are diverse and they are responsive to the needs of our economy. Hence, we understand we have water shortages in the country, we have socio-economic challenges in the country, we have social ills in the country, we have GBV in the country, we don't have access to electricity, we don't have energy security in the country. Some of our areas, in particular rural communities, they are still suffering from energy poverty. So when you look at these skills, they are critical in their context, because once we utilize their research that they do and make it practical, more of an action research, at the end of the day, it can actually address some of the socio-economic challenges that we are facing as the country. I think all of us, we know that as the skills portfolio, we have been mandated to also look at the just energy transition skills, the digital skills, so that we are responsive to the needs of the industry. So looking at this, I can safely say, indeed, we are on the right track as the post-school education and training, because we are focusing on the skills that are in demand in our economy. But I don't want you, Dr. Daniel, to just produce research papers, then you file them there in SABC, we access them in Google Scholar. We want to see your research being practical, being actioned, and also your research papers must also inform our policy decision making, because we want to make sure that we come up with evidence-based solutions to the socio-economic challenges that we are facing as the country. Don't be a researcher and be proud that I've produced hundreds and hundreds, Dr. Stander, of papers. Come up with a research paper, do a research now on NSFAS and tell us that, you see, I can see these are the gaps at NSFAS. Minister, we can address it by doing A, B, C, D, and E. Come and present your concept. Then we take it, we translate it to action and practical examples. We test your research. That's what I want to see. I don't want us to say we're academics, we're proud, we're what. What is our contribution to the body of knowledge? How then do we translate that research into action and sustainable solutions that will address the socio-economic challenges that our people are facing in the country? We are honoring your commitment to education, young people of South Africa, and you are positive that out of this, more young people will be motivated to grab the opportunities made available by government to change not only their lives, but the situation in their families. I think it's very important for me to emphasize this point. In keeping with the aspirations of the Freedom Charter that the National Chair spoke about here of the 1955, and I also spoke about it yesterday during my budget speech at the NCOP, we remain committed to opening doors of learning and fostering national talent to improve people's lives. It is within this context that we encourage all beneficiaries to be ambassadors of change in our communities. We rely on you to inform and educate more young people about the opportunities that are made available by government, particularly by the National Skills Fund, as well as the National, NSFAS? The NSFAS. I am happy to report to you that in the year 2025 academic year, the NSF allocated just over 3 billion through its bursaries directorate to provide funding to students pursuing qualifications classified under critical and scarce skills list at public institutions of higher learning in South Africa. The funding primarily targets students entering the higher education phase who attend quintile 1 and 2 high schools in underprivileged communities nationwide. These are academically and socially economically deserving students who do not have the financial means to continue with post-school education and training. The NSF bursary funding scope also expanded to university students whose income was above the bursary threshold of 350,000 per annum, but not exceeding 650,000. This followed the approval of the missing middle funding policy in the year 2024. Through the National Student Financial Aid Scheme, 332 million was disbursed since 2023 to over 1,000 undergraduate students pursuing different qualifications in our post-school education and training. The NSF also collaborated with the department's International Scholarship Directorate to select and provide funding for over 300 students whose studies are based in various countries abroad, and I am happy to have some of these students here today attending this occasion. You know what we need to do, because we understand, all of us, I think now we know, Dr. Stander, that we do not have a capacity to absorb all students or learners who are coming from basic education. We need to also consider applying for our international scholarship programs that we keep on advertising from time to time. Follow our DHET website and see which programs, which country do we partner with in terms of our diplomatic relations, so that you can also tap into those opportunities. You know, when I was young, I wanted to study abroad, but because there were no means in my family, I couldn't access those opportunities. Today, this government is having all resources at their disposal and tools to make sure that our young people in the country, they access post-school education and training, be it in the country or abroad. You know, with the G20 now, we are advancing. One of our areas that we're focusing on is the recognition of, is the mutual recognition of qualifications in a global context. Meaning, even if I go abroad, when I come back, I must not have any challenges. The qualification that I've acquired there must be also recognized and acknowledged in the country. And it also advances academic mobility, because we are in a global context. We are also part of the global citizen. We need to make sure that we don't narrow ourselves to be academics of South Africa. We must also advance internationalization. That's why we have got Dr. Kibiringe here with us. But he is a South African now. As much as he was born in Angola, but he's a South African. He has all documentation. We've done verification of documents. I don't want you to live here and say one of the beneficiaries is not a South African. He is a South African. That's why he has accessed some of the opportunities that we have as the government. But what I like about it is that he decided to come back again and plow back in the country. He's a senior lecturer and researcher here at UCT. So all of us, we must go and come back and invest in our country. We have a number of international scholarships with countries such as Hungary, Mauritius, Russia, China, Ireland, Serbia, and Germany, to name a few. And we have undertaken bilateral agreements with South Africa to avail more opportunities for masters as well as PhD candidates. The International Scholarship Program aims to respond to the National Development Plan, which sets out to produce 5,000 PhDs per year. Through this intervention, the partnership with the University Capacity Development Program, we seek to contribute to the future pipeline of...
Higher Education Minister Nobuhle Nkabane is speaking at a post-budget vote breakfast that's held at Northlink College. It's an institution in Bellville. This comes, of course, after a heated budget vote that she tabled yesterday in Parliament. Comes as no surprise that she's made very little reference to that, given, of course, what's anticipated to be a rejection of her spending plans when MPs gather once again later on this afternoon. But she spent much of her time speaking about the beneficiaries of the National Skills Fund who are in attendance there, and about the importance of investing in skills that are in demand.